trying to cool off inside, but it's also so hot inside. I'm so excited to go somewhere where it's not blazing heat. Are you excited for Alaska? Are you excited for the cold? While I was putting the lifeline netting on, Dave is taking the batteries out of Bremia. We are going to put new batteries in Bremia. Not a crazy amount, just like enough to get by after we install the lithium in this one. This is going to be our third rodeo, so I am pretty confident in our ability to sort it out relatively quickly. Report. Another boring day for the boy. Sorry, buddy. Everything decided to come in all at once. Just if you thought the last messy boat video was as bad as it could get, you were wrong. All right, let's just go through it all. All of our lights, our deck lights, tricolor. Yeah, we were just trying to redo them all because these just weren't working with the new LED inserts. Okay, and then we got our Navionics, our new water filter system. This was the rest of the netting, which I completed and recorded literally nothing of because it was the worst job. And then all of our Yanmar parts, our Webasto diesel heater parts, and they've got walkie-talkies, our water maker membrane. Hopefully this fits. I think all we have to do is replace the membrane. Realistically, I'm sure a pump is going to be broken, but we'll figure that out in time. Right now, we need to focus on installing batteries. So it's our start battery, which happens to be the same. It's our 2 house batteries. And I'm trying to navigate this system over here. We have 2 Relion RB300s. They're 300 amp hours each. I think we'll need more, but let's just work with what we got for right now. We're gonna get rid of these start batteries. I wanted to maintain the general electrical infrastructure as much as possible. I had a handful of questions, so I asked them in the Victron Energy group on Facebook and received incredibly helpful advice, so thank you very much for that. What else was connected over here? Sorry, we've got the 2 lithium iron phosphate batteries installed. We've got a Victron Smart Shunt connected to the most negative side of the battery, and then this positive side of the battery hooked up to a Class T fuse. Eventually we'd like to install a Class T fuse on both lithium iron phosphate batteries, but right now that's kind of what we're working with. And then from there, the fuse goes to a battery switch in the engine bay, which connects to the positive bus. We're not going to get to this in this episode, but eventually I will program our Balmar smart alternator to charge directly the lithium bank, and then we're going to use our battery charger to charge the AGM start battery. So we have all of the supplies, I just have not gotten to installing it yet. So until we can program the alternator, I have the alternator right now charging the start battery, and no connections right now between the start battery and the house bank. We could use the battery charger to charge the house bank through the start battery, but it would be more efficient to just program the Balmar to charge the house bank and then use a battery charger to charge the start. So eventually that's the plan. Still have to do some research on how to actually program the Balmar. Decided to organize this garage, because we're calling the Athleisure at our garage. I found a new leak. Hot water heater is leaking. Not really sure from where. It looks like underneath. It's enough that it's like a constant drip. Upon further inspection, when I tilted the water heater back, it would leak rusty water. So I have a feeling that through galvanic corrosion, the tank has just been corroding from the inside out. In the near future, we'll replace the hot water heater and install a magnesium anode to reduce galvanic corrosion. You like your coconut? You like your coconut? With all the projects going on, we make it a priority to take a step back and relax a little. but also to gain some perspective on all of the work that we've managed to complete and the work that remains to be completed. Today we're installing the diesel heater. We have to figure out a mounting location for it. We figured the best place would be the garage. That way we can route the heat vent to the aft shower so we can dry things in here, and the aft cabin. We're gonna eventually route our air conditioning unit to the master cabin or the forward cabin, and that is also it's a heater as well. So both cabins will have heaters. One will be a diesel heater, the other one will be an electric heater. Show the mounting location so far.
So we think we're gonna use this glassed in, I imagine it's a piece of wood that they use for the water maker membrane. Put this piece of wood there somewhere, we haven't really decided yet, but about there. And then this piece goes like that. Porter, leave the toilet paper roll.
No. You should see, there's like little chunks of toilet paper all over. Nice. We have thought long and hard on the location of the diesel heater because the byproduct of combustion is water, so it has to be kind of high up so you can have the exhaust line on a downward slope. So this was like the highest up we could place it in like a storage area that's pretty out of the way and easily accessible. So that's kind of why we're mounting it back here. Wiggle it around.
Good.
Okay. On these vents off of eBay. Everything I bought was like from China off of eBay, so not ideal, but that's what I could find. We're gonna probably mount this under here so we can hang clothes right here and dry them. And next we have to mount the pump, HVAC, and I think last we're gonna mount the diesel adapter, just because we have to open. They didn't make a surface like panel for this tank. They only made one on the side, and of course we filled this tank with our good diesel from all of our jerry cans from Bohemia. So we're gonna have to pump it out, open that whole panel up, and then put the adapter in eventually. Next, we installed the exhaust through hole. At first, we thought we were going to drill it in the transom, but we just didn't really like that. So now we're thinking of just drilling it right below this.
Christy's gonna drill a hole somewhere over here, I think.
Are you ready? All right. Am I through? I'm not through. I'm through something. Am I through? Am I gonna be happy?
No, that looks like foam core. Wow, that's pretty thick.
That's insane, like compared to my hand. Say hi. On day 900 of this diesel heater project. And here's a tank right next to me that we were gonna install the diesel adapter to. So we tried to open these access ports to figure out how much diesel was really in this tank, and I just could not sort it out. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna open this side port, see what it looks like inside. Whatever comes out, comes out. And what I think we're seeing here is like rust from condensation. So this tank is toast for right now, but upon the other side of the baffle, it looks like there's a distinct line of no rust. And so I'm thinking that is where the diesel was, and above it is rust from condensation. So I'm not going to say this is a total loss just yet, but let me know if you have any ideas on how to solve this issue. It's going to be tight. Okay, it's 8:30 and change. We've got good news and we've got bad news. The good news is that I've installed the vent in an inconspicuous place. Okay. Doesn't get in the way of things. You can rotate it. All right. Bad news is run out of HVAC. So I'm gonna have to wait another month for some more to come in. It's a pain in the butt ordering stuff here, really. You gotta be really picky with what you order because not everybody ships, and if they do, they charge like up the butt. So it's all right. The good news is, more good news, is that the remaining part of this HVAC stuff is easy. It's very easy to do. The diesel heater, the fuel tank adapter, I think right now we're just gonna make a little attachment to a diesel jerry can for right now. I'm gonna cross diesel heater project off the list. Miniatures. We had a stack pack made and installed by Hyde Sales. It looks incredible, and we also installed some new running rigging. Completely given up on fixing the toilet. I would replace part after part, and it would still leak. So
it is 20 years old. So
you make a good point. So we're gonna replace the pumps. 10:27. Just got out of the shower. Dave and I rebuilt a head each. All I have to say is 2 words. Poop geyser. This one takes the cake. Poop geyser was not on my bingo card tonight. Dave's head, the Joker valve was sucked into the sanitation hose. Wet exhaust, wet muffler.
it was impossible to find the same one, but we did it. Defender had it tucked away, and here it is. This is the part.
Yeah,
They cut it.
This part was broken.
They cut it here, and it was leaking, and it really annoyed me because there's always water in the bilge sitting on our holding tank, and it's salt water too, so it'd make everything rust. So I was like determined to fix it one day, and then I found that they cut that shorter.
This looks so much nicer than the one that we have.
There's no way to actually fix it.
Our engine room is very central, so the exhaust hose run is extremely long. We couldn't access the rear hose clamps to remove the wet muffler, so we had to cut the exhaust hose in a more accessible location to pull the wet muffler forward and out of the engine room and install the new muffler. Now we're going to have to install a fiberglass coupling in that more accessible location to complete the install. We covered a lot of projects in this one. In 2 weeks, we completed lifeline netting, stack pack install, new running rigging, complete head rebuilds, redid our navigation lights again because they still weren't working, most of the lithium iron phosphate battery install and tech upgrades, most of the diesel heater install, and the wet muffler install. We also diagnosed some new issues like a corroding hot water heater. Before the end of the year, hopefully we'll get to complete the wiring between the Balmar alternator, AGM start battery, battery to battery charger, and lithium house bank, install the remaining HVAC, ducting, and diesel adapter on a jerry can for the diesel heater, and take the boat out and install our new water maker membrane. We also aim to install our 12-volt Maybrew air conditioner and heater for the forward master cabin and install a new hot water heater in the garage. That just about covers all of the minor projects before we need to start shifting gears and seriously thinking about new standing rigging and hauling out for a complete bottom job. new through holes, and rebuilding our PSS shaft seal. Simultaneously, we're in the planning stages for our solar array and stern arch situation, and sun covers for the cockpit. This planning stage is fun, so feel free to share your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. Thanks for watching!